Alright, I'm going to show you how to use this tool. Firstly, you want to go to github.com/scyppan, SCYPPAN. It'll bring you to this landing page. Go up to repositories, and then the two that you're going to need, I'm holding control to open each of these, is the JSON maker and the CompData editor. These last two posted here. If I work on other stuff, it might show up elsewhere. When you're here, you just go over to the green code button and hit download zip. Do that for the JSON maker. Go here, download zip. Okay, next you will need the FIFA editor tool, obviously. I can't provide a tutorial on how to get this and navigate it, but I'm assuming that you have some level of experience with FIFA editor tool. If you don't, definitely want to learn how to use FIFA editor tool to get at this. Oh geez, test my memory here. I believe it's under Legacy Explorer Data. Oh geez, I don't remember. It's under CompData or something here. DB and then CompData. Here, let me search. DLC, football, comp, data, CompData. There it is. Alright, yeah, so you can search for CompData, go in the DLC legacy, find CompData, and then essentially you can grab all these files, though we're not going to work with all of them, but you can highlight them all and export. Put them wherever you want to. For now, I've got mine in CompData tutorial. I'm not going to re-download them. So I already have them here. You would hit save. I'm going to hit cancel. Alright, done with FIFA editor tool for now. In your downloads folder, you would have seen two files pop up here. In the interest of giving them a home, I'm going to put them in documents, everything else, soccer, let's go, FIFA, make a new folder, CompData editing. So I've got CompData editing, I'm going to put CompData tutorial in there. Goodness gracious. This is probably open here. No. Go. Try again. Sweet. Alright. So it's moved all of that into CompData editing. Okay. And then I'm going to throw these two new zip files in here and extract all. Extract. Some people may need to be using WinRAR to help extract. But essentially, I've got these two folders here now. I just like to put my zips inside my main folders just so it looks nice and neat here. We're going to start with the JSON maker. So this is built in a web stack, meaning that it uses JavaScript, CSS, HTML. The file to click is local.html, and that's going to open up this window here. It looks like you're in a browser. It's like using Google Chrome right now. You're not on the internet. You're just doing everything locally at the moment. So you're not actually accessing the internet in any way using the program in this way. Go to choose files, navigate back to that same place where we just were. So mine was under soccer, then FIFA, then CompData editing, then CompData tutorial. You can literally select any number of files here that you want, as long as you make sure that you get these files selected. It will check to make sure you at least get these. It'll ignore everything else. So you can literally highlight everything and hit open and hit download JSON. So it just made a JSON file, which has this kind of format. It uses curly brackets. It's object-oriented, essentially, and it's hierarchical, which is really nice. It's basically just taking all of those different text files and putting them in one document. If you want me to look at something that you've done with this program, I need you to send me the JSON file. I don't need individual text files. They won't help me. I'm going to need the JSON file specifically. That's at least the input that I'll need. If you're having a problem with the output, I might need to look at one of the output files. But it's a pretty beefy file, which is one thing that is a downside of this program, is these files are pretty beefy. However, you can share them back and forth. Using this program, you'll be able to have one source of truth, which is this JSON document. Okay, so we're done with this. We're done with this, we're done with this, and we're done with that. So next, I'm going to go back to the JSON editor, the CompData editor. Go into main, and same thing here, you want to find this local.html. That's how you run the program. Okay, welcome to the beta of my existence for the last 2 weeks. Click to upload your JSON file. That's the JSON file we just made. For me, that's under downloads. So it's this one right here. These also have a date timestamp on them, so you can see this was created in 2024, 08 is August, and 14 is today. It also gives it a timestamp. So once you open it up, you'll notice several things. So this left panel showed up over here. This is going to show you your hierarchy. On the right-hand side, we'll show you the individual little windows that we're operating with in each instance. I do know there are bugs in this program. We are probably about to find some. It is okay. Just bear with me in getting all of this bug testing done. It's going to take us a while to make sure that we get it right. Okay, we open up FIFA. One thing is that some of these tournament names, it's pulling from within the program itself. Later, I'd like to add a feature where you can edit these themselves. And there's some evidence of that here where it says European FA, and I could type UEFA. It doesn't really change anything right now, so don't worry too much about that feature at the moment. It doesn't really do anything. Okay, we're using a color coding system in this. So essentially there are 6 levels that are referenced in the comp objects data set, the text file itself. There are 6 levels. I've got them color-coded. So level 0 is gray, that's just FIFA. Level 1 is the Confederation level, and it's red. Level 2 is the national level, it's green. Level 3 is the competition level, it's blue. Level 4 is stages. Level 5, purple, are the individual groups within stages. So, and then you can hit these little minus keys to collapse all of this again. So the hierarchy is working pretty nicely, I think. I'm not aware of major problems therein. Let's look at each window level by level. So when we're on the FIFA window itself, this is level 0, we're on the gray window. The options that you have access to are the confederations that are listed, the competitions that are listed, the weather data that, we were talking about the fact that settings inherits down to all the lower levels. I think the same thing's happening with weather. Looking at the structure of all of this, I think it just keeps looking for weather at the nearest level, and if it doesn't have it, then it goes to the next highest level. It could be that it's just doing that because it needs weather data for FIFA, or for the World Cup, but regardless. Okay, let's talk about some specifics of each of these. So you can think of these as like little mini windows. So the big window is level 0, which is this FIFA editing level 0 window. It's going to have these mini windows in it, which is confederations, competitions, settings, and weather. So we'll go through each one. In confederations, you can delete by going up to the confederation in question and clicking it. Remember, editing the name right now doesn't really do anything, but you hit the minus key and it'll delete over here. As far as I know, it is correctly updating the comp object IDs. Let's say we wanted to add that back in. We can go down here, type it in, and hit enter, and it will add it in here. That looks like it's a little out of order, honestly. So there's bug number 1. Let me find a place to write these down. Adding confed comp IDs out of order. All right. Moving on, if we wanted to add a new international competition with the parent for FIFA, then we would add something like the Confederations Cup, and then it'll drop it in here at the bottom. Okay, moving forward. And then same thing here, we can delete these. So no big deal with any of that. Cool. Next up, let's go to the weather data. You can directly edit this weather data, and it should be keeping track of everything that you edit. So if we click away and come back, it should be keeping track. If ever you want to look at the underlying data, by the way, you can go to F12 and search for data. It's kept as a global variable. So data will show up. You can look at what's happening under the hood. Data will show up. There are several children in here: advancement, comp objects, init teams, objectives, schedule, settings, standings, tasks, and weather. I don't actually need init teams in there. I don't do anything with it as far as I'm aware. But regardless, those are the sections. You can look at specific sections if you want to by taking a square bracket and then just typing in, like, let's say we wanted to look at something like weather. You can look under the hood at what's happening to the underlying data. So for instance, we edited, we're under 0, line 1, which is ID 0, month 1, and notice that it changed the chance of rain to 20, which is exactly what we want. If I change this to 35, hit enter, and then look this up again, because it doesn't update in real time, so you have to keep looking. Then you'll notice that that also updated. I'm noticing too, though, that the first row updated. So we need to write down another bug. Changing weather data spec all args. All right, 2 bugs found, and we're just on window 0. How lovely. Let's keep going. Here's one weird mechanic that I'm trying out here, but I don't want to be bogged down with a ton of plus and minus buttons all over the daggone page. I don't want a ton of frickin' buttons everywhere. I hate frickin' buttons. So the way I tried to get this set up is if you want to delete this, you should be able to, well, weather data you can't delete. Let me show you in settings. The way you do it in settings is you highlight the value, remove the value, and this is comp type, and then just hit enter. So if the value is empty, it'll remove it. That's how you do that. On settings, it specifically prevents you from creating duplicates, which I believe is working. So rule offsides would be a duplicate. We've got the basics of a messaging and warning system up here going. It's only used for settings right now. But yeah, that's how you create new settings. Let's see, all that's working correctly. If you want to create a new setting, we have a button down here. I don't want a button, but I got a button right here. It's fine. And it'll specifically go and search for an unused tag. And then you can put in whatever you want. If I wanted to put comp type back in here, I could do that. And then if I tried to select comp type again, it'll say, you can't do that, it's duplicate. So, all right, we've gone over confederations, competitions, weather, and settings, and we found 2 bugs. That's level 0. Let's go to level 1, which is the confederation level. I'm just gonna refresh all this and re-import my JSON because I made a bunch of changes. So here's level 1. So we've got the European FA. If I want to add a new nation with the parent being a European nation, then I would add it here. So maybe I add Pitcairn Island. No chance that they have a soccer team, but there you go. Pitcairn is added right here. I am seeing that ID is correct, 1496, and then it added 1497. There are no children, so 1498 for whatever this weird level 6 thing is. I would love an answer to that, by the way, if anybody could tell me what on earth these weird level 6 things are. Anyway, alright, so going back to window level 1, which is the confederation level. So that's how you add a nation. Same thing with competition. We could add a European fictional cup. Then it adds it in there. And it should be updating the IDs correctly. Settings is the same as before. Weather is the same as before. So we're good here. All that's the same.